Hello friends, this is the InStyle Knitting Studio. In this session, we will learn to cast on stitches using a universal method. This is the most common method. It can be used in almost all situations. We will unwind a length of yarn from the ball, about 30 to 40 centimeters. Now we will position the yarn in the left hand as follows. We will wrap it around the thumb and index finger. Like this, the end of the yarn goes over the thumb to the index finger, and the yarn leads back to the ball. Now we need to hold these two ends with 3 fingers. The pinky, ring, and middle fingers. Like this, we have a taut yarn between the thumb and index finger. I remind you that the end of the yarn goes over the thumb to the index finger, and the yarn leads back to the ball. Now we take 2 needles in the right hand together. We place the needles over the horizontally stretched yarn like this. We catch the yarn and pull it down. We do this until a loop forms on the thumb. We can see it, there is already a loop on the thumb. Now we insert the needles into this loop from the bottom up. After that, we catch the yarn from the index finger and insert the needles down into the same loop on the thumb. Like this. We remove the thumb, tighten the yarn. We now have 2 initial stitches on the needles. After this, we position the yarn the same way as initially. That is, the short end of the yarn is on the thumb. The yarn from the index finger goes back to the ball. Then we lower the needles until a loop forms on the thumb. After that, we insert the needles into the loop from the bottom up. We catch the yarn from the index finger and pull it through the loop on the thumb. We remove the thumb and tighten. Like this. Now we will cast on 1 stitch at a time. Initially, we ended up with 2. Then we move on to 1 at a time. And we continue. We insert the needles down until a stitch forms. On the thumb, we insert the needles into the stitch from bottom to top. We catch the yarn from the index finger and pull it through, down into the stitch. We tighten the yarn, forming a stitch, and insert the needles into the stitch. From bottom to top, we grab the yarn from the index finger and pull it through the stitch on the thumb just like that. Again, we pull the yarn down. We insert the needles into the stitch, grabbing the yarn from the index finger, and pull it down into the stitch on the thumb. We will continue this way until we have the desired number of stitches. It's quite simple, you just need to get the hang of it and you'll succeed. This is the simplest universal method. Let's say I have cast on the number of stitches I need. After that, we take one out. the needle, we remove, turn the work like this. The short end of the yarn goes down. And after that, we start knitting. Usually the first stitch is slipped onto the right needle, and then you start knitting however you like. That is, you perform the main pattern. How to knit all the other details will be covered in the next lessons. That's all for now. I think everything was clear. But if you have any questions, please ask in the comments. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.